guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber, I'm so glad you're here. So we're going to be making some detox tea just to cleanse our system, to get our body ready, to take all the goodness of the healthy foods we're going to be eating and making. So here I have ginger. I'm just going to cut it up. If you notice, I'm cutting it up with the skin. Don't worry about that. I washed it properly with water and salt to get all the dirt out, and I'm just going to be adding or boiling it with green tea. So that's my green tea. I'm going to put it there. Don't worry, I'm going to strain this out. It's just to get all the full nutrients in it. I'm adding 2 cups of water. I later added more because my mom wanted some. So yeah, I'm just going to bring this to a boil, and then we would add our lemon, and then would add our apple cider. So what this does is just to cleanse it out. So if you had eaten any junk a day before, you're gonna shit or you're gonna wee. So I just added in my lemon, and I want to add in 2 teaspoons of apple cider. I'm not adding too much because there's already ginger, there's already lemon juice. Even if it wasn't the entire lemon, I used just a quarter of it that I used. And now I'm going to strain it. Please don't mind my messiness. I was so tired, but I still wanted to make this and detox myself because this particular day, because of my change in lifestyle, guys, I took ice cream, I had cookies, I had jollof rice, chicken, see, name it. And so here I'm just straining it, and I'm keeping this for next time because it's still good enough to use one more time. So I'm just going to pop it in the fridge, cover it. Now look at it, it's the same color with this, it's just the cup that makes it look different. So I also feel like I'm in the Caribbean, garnish it with some with some cucumber. I'm going to eat that once I'm done taking the tea. So it is morning and it's time to make breakfast, our first breakfast in this healthy lifestyle. So here we have spinach, we have green pepper, red pepper, onions, garlic, ginger, and cabbage. So all I'm going to be doing is opening up my red pepper, as you can see, and getting out the seed, trimming off all the white parts like you see me doing here. And so yeah, just going to get that rinsed, and then I'm going to slice them thinly. So remember, guys, I'm just a little information. First of all, remember that I'm not doing this just to cut down on weight. I'm also doing this to live a healthier lifestyle, cleaner skin, your heart keeps pumping, just basically trying to be healthy and probably to help in increasing our life. And if you have any diseases, diabetes or whatever you're struggling with, probably changing your lifestyle could help out and just generally improve your health. So if you notice, I'm using a lot of ginger. I'm going to be using a lot of ginger and lots of, not a lot, but going to continuously keep using ginger and garlic. This is because, first of all, garlic is a natural antibiotics, and so it helps to generally keep your body cleansed, and then ginger helps with circulation. Both of them actually help with circulation, digestion, and so it's just very important for us to put. If you start it with at the beginning of your food, it's not going to be so potent in the taste. And so here I've rolled the cabbage like you saw me doing. English is hard. Like you saw me doing, and I'm just going to be slicing it. It's going to come out in nice circular shapes. And yeah, that's it. I'm going to put this in water and add salt, so in case anybody handled it, just for hygiene purposes. So I'm going to be slicing my onions like this, not chopping. I don't want it small. I want to see it. You can chop it tiny if you do not like to see onions, but I don't mind. So, or you can even grate it if you really don't like onions. So that's my ginger, I'm slicing it, and then that's the garlic. I'm just trying to remove the shell, and I'm going to give it a quick slice. And yeah, that is all you need for this stir fry. Very easy, very quick, and really, really tasty. So yeah, putting on my gas cooker, going to just add in some coconut oil, just a bit coconut oil, like I said in my previous video. If you have not watched my explanation to the intro, I'm going to put it in the description below so that you can understand why I keep mentioning all these things. And so that's my ginger and garlic. I allowed it to cook a bit before adding in my onions, and then we're going to be adding in our green pepper and red pepper. So I do this step by step. I don't just pour everything in, because each of them releases a certain flavor, and that just makes your food good. So that's why I always put in the ginger and garlic first, so it like seasons the oil before I add in my onions, which seasons the oil even more, and then pepper. So that's black pepper I just added into it. I use black pepper and cayenne pepper a lot in my food, because I heard it opens up your stomach and just allows you to your intake, so your stomach just opens up. And so I added garlic salt and sea salt. So you do not want your food to be heavily seasoned, because, well, you're trying to just allow the natural spices, the natural flavors of your food to come out. I'm going to add a little bit of adobo is one of the healthiest seasons I know, and I recommend. No adverts, they did not sponsor these guys. So I added in my spinach. I'm not going to allow this to cook for too long. It's going to cook, but not for too long. Please remember to rinse and thoroughly wash your spinach. It has a lot of sand most of the time, so I washed it like 3 times. Now my cabbage has drained. I'm just going to add that to the mix. Is it called the mix? to the pan, I'm just going to stir that and allow that to cook for about 2-3 minutes. It should be ready, and just allow the steam to do the work. I reduced the fire so it's not too hot. And so yeah, that's it. It's cooked but not overly cooked, so the steam is still going to be working even after it's been off. Can you see that steam? The fire is off and it's still like that. So next we're going to be doing sunny side up egg. I'm using olive oil for this, not coconut oil. So you can rotate between olive oil, coconut oil. Those two oils are really, really good. And if you see my bottle, my olive oil has almost finished, so I'm just going to crack in my eggs. If you can't do it the way I'm cracking it with the eggs, please get your fork or your knife and crack your eggs. And so I'm going to be putting just a pinch of salt, just a pinch actually. Like I said, not heavily seasoned food. You're trying to be mindful of your intake. And then I'm adding in some black pepper, first of all, because I feel like it looks pretty. And second of all, it gives it a flavor that I personally like. Then I just sprinkled some parsley leaf on it. You can use whatever herbs you like, or you can even leave it that way. It's your choice, honestly. So I'm going to be moving my is this spatula they call it? Yeah, I think that's what it's called, just to get the oil on top of the yolk so it can cook, because the white parts would already start to cook, but the oil doesn't get completely to the yolk. And so you can allow yours to cook thoroughly, but I like my own semi undone. Well, I just like it that way, so I'm just going to put that on my plate. And yeah, that is the finished look. Look at the green pepper, red pepper still standing, so everything is looking super fresh, and it's really, really tasty, guys. I trust me. And now we move to our lunch. So I eat only twice a day, so I'm just going to be doing lunch and breakfast. So here I'm going to blend in red pepper, green pepper, onions, rodo, that is scotch bonnet, and some ginger and garlic again. So this is the base for the spicing of my chicken. So I'm going to be making chicken and bouillon with a little bit of stir fry, and that will be my lunch. I'm just going to blend that and then add some olive oil to the blend. You can always keep this in your freezer if you don't finish using it. And I'm doing this because I'm trying to reduce the amount of seasoning I'm using for my food. And so using natural things like this actually brings out the natural flavor of your chicken and of your meal in general, so you would not have to use as much seasoning as you would usually use. So mixing in, if I had spring onions, I usually put spring onions. I put as much herbs as I can find, but this is what I had readily available at home. So I'm going to put this in a bowl, and just, I'm seeing me, I'm trying to scrape everything, but then an idea popped in my head that I can rinse it and use it to cook my burger with later. So I'm just going to do that and then start to add my seasoning. I'm putting in black pepper again. I'm too sure you guys already know the drill. So I'm putting in black pepper. I'm using this taco seasoning because I really like it and it tastes really nice and simple, and it's not so strong. And then I'm putting in lemon pepper spice. I like citrus in my chicken especially, and this particular one is really really concentrated, the lemon, so I did not put so much. You can squeeze in natural or raw lemons inside, that would also work. Then I'm just going to be adding sea salt. Sea salt, I feel like it's enough seasoning on its own because it's really really concentrated and it's really healthy, so why not. I'm going to put in a little bit of adobo. You guys should know me by now. I feel like these people should give me a award for using their spice. I've used it for years now. I'm going to be using Mrs. Dash because I really like this spice. It is salt free and it's like what we just blended, but the dry version, but with more herbs, which would really really work. So it replaces the spring onions and the rest. I'm going to put Italian herbs. I do not have parsley anymore. I used it for the egg, the remaining. So I'm just going to taste that and know if I should put more salt or everything. And but it's perfect. Look at that beauty. It actually really looks nice already. So you can actually fry this and use as stew also. So I'm just going to add this chicken. I'm using spoon because your girl has a cut on her hand and that rodo was not smiling when I tasted it. So you can reduce the amount of pepper you put. But I wanted it quite spicy, just to wake up my stomach and drink a lot of water so I can get full on time. So I just got gloves so that I can mix it in. I don't feel satisfied until I've touched my food, guys. I don't know if you're like me that likes to touch, but I like to touch. So I want my gloves and I'm just going to mix that in. I'm going to pop it in the fridge. But first of all, I want you guys to see how beautiful this looks. Looks really nice. There's no light, so the lighting in my kitchen is really poor today. And so I'm going to be using coconut oil to cook my pot. Mind you, I use the amount of oil because I'm cooking this whole pot all burgund with. And so I'm adding in ginger and garlic again, so layers and layers of flavor, allowing that to cook and season the oil before I add in my onions. You do not have to put this amount of onions, and then again it's not going to show when it cooks because I'm going to add in water, just like your jollof rice, that at the end of the day it's not going to show. And so the spice I used, or the blend I used for my chicken, remained, so I'm just going to add that to the food. And because I'm adding that, I'm going to reduce the amount of seasoning I use because it's already quite sweet. So yes, I remembered to rinse my thing and pour it in there. Nothing shall be wasted. So I'm going to just mix that up before adding in the rest of my spice. Mind you, I trust me, I tasted it, so I know what to add. So I'm just going to add in this chicken stock seasoning, just a little, really not over spicing, just allowing it to do the work. I'm going to be adding some garlic salt. The garlic salt like replaces seasoning a lot because it's really really sweet but has a garlic taste to it. So I'm tasting it and I feel that it just needs a little bit of salt. So what do you call it, sea salt, yes. Then oregano, I'm just going to add that to it. I really like this, especially after I use it for the pizza sauce. If you haven't watched my pizza video, the link is going to be down. So look at that, it looks really really pretty, guys. What do you think? If you have not subscribed at this point, I do not even know what you are waiting for. Support your girl. If I'm not your girl, let me be your girl. So I'm going to I added in turmeric. I just wanted it to be a little bit colorful, not like fried rice, but yeah, you know the drill. I'm going to add a bowl of water. I might add later on, but for now just add as much as you think you will need. Now this is my bourbon wheat, and you can see the trans fat 0. You want that trans fat to be 0, like I said in my previous video, which I'm going to put the link below again. So this is the bourbon wheat. It's really really delicious. I feel like it's even sweeter than rice, but when you guys try it out, then you let me know. I'm just going to pour all that inside and going to put it on really low steam so that I use less water. And this is what I'm going to put inside when it's almost done. It's raining, guys. It's been raining throughout though. Now this is the chicken that has been spiced already. I put little oil because the oil from the chicken is going to come out, and I don't want to deep fry it because, well, we're trying to live a healthier way. So I'm just going to put that and I'll allow the steam and the oil to do the work. So just going to cover it up, and then I'm turning it after about 5 minutes of cooking. Some sides are already browning, as you can see, but it isn't cooked yet. So I'm just going to cover it and allow it to steam again. While that is cooking, I'm slicing in mushrooms for my stir fry. I want to make a cabbage and mushroom stir fry just to put beside my food, to make me full and eat less portions of food. So yeah, I said rice, can you see? It looks like rice, guys. Burger is almost ready. I'm including my sliced smoked bacon and sausages. The sausage is from Chi and it is approved by keto diet people. So I guess it's healthy enough. I added in my green pepper and my red pepper, and then I'm going to add in the mixed veg. I'm going to stir that up. I tasted it and it's a little hard. It's cooked, but it's just needs a little water for the steam to work. So I'm just going to cover this up. Yeah, this is my chicken. The first batch is out. I'm still going to be turning it back on fire, and this is the second batch just cooking away. You guys, I have to show you that it is actually really easy to make healthy food. Now I want to make my stir fry. I just put a little olive oil from what I made previously. I'm adding in my sliced cabbages already, and I'm just going to stir that in. I was too lazy to get onions, so I'm going to use dried onions. You see that in a bit. I added in my black pepper, and now this is my dried onions. I just wanted the onion-ish taste. You can use dry onions or onion seasoning or whatever. You can even use raw onions, but girl was too tired, man. Now this is garlic salt. I'm just adding some garlic salt to it. No chopped garlic in here. And so I just want it really just the cabbage standing out and taking all the glory. Yeah. So I'm going to be adding in my mushrooms. Mushrooms are really really good for your body, so just enjoy it. They brought light. See the way I ran to put on that light. If you would do any better right now. And so they took it immediately. Now my chicken is browning. You guys can see that the water of the chicken is coming out and it's changing color and caramelizing. I had to move close so you guys can see this goodness. Like, lick your screen, guys. Look it. So my chicken is done, and now I want to make some pepper sauce to put the chicken back in so it can be so tender. So I'm pouring in the remaining from the chicken. It remained when I removed all the chicken from the bowl. I'm adding in some pepper, the same type of pepper we use for our jollof rice. That's onions, pepper, tomato, yeah, that kind of blend. So because of the whole, I'm adding in water, by the way. I rinsed the bowl, you should trust me, and just a cup of olive oil, because the oil from the chicken, I feel like it's okay already, and then the water should cook it. Because of the spice from the chicken and then the spice from the other bowl, that sauce, I feel like it's enough. So I just put a pinch of salt. You can taste it. If it's not sweet enough, then you can add whatever you feel like, but I feel like this is fine for me. And then I'm just going to add in my chicken and reduce the steam and allow the steam to do the work. Allow the water to just take over. This was the chicken in all its glory. How it was so beautiful, so tasty, just beautiful, guys. Like spicy but not overly seasoned. You can taste the natural sweetness of the onions, of the garlic, of the peppers, everything coming together beautifully. And this is the final look. Look at the burgundy wheat, the stir fry in all its glory, everything just beautiful. I hope you guys enjoy this video the way I enjoyed filming this video for you. Subscribe, like, share, comment, you know the drill, guys. Till next time, I love you.